Hello everyone, here I am back again, Margaret Rogers Van Coops. Not channeling this time, just chatting. Um, I've had a lot of people saying to me, um, because of the Donald Trump book, The Enigma of Society, um, the enigma, I want to talk about that for a minute. You know, we all wonder why, how, when, where, what, when something doesn't make sense. And I realize very much that if you're thinking you want your soul structure coding, there's a part of you that really wants to know it. And then there's another part of you that really is kind of scared of it. I've had people calling me or writing to me, asking me how much does it cost to have a soul structure reading coding done. Well, first of all, before I talk about price, I want you to realize that this is a very involved situation. If I do your soul structure coding reading, how far am I going to go back? I mean, if you know you have a long ancestor like me, then that'll take a long time. But if you only know, say, back to grandma and grandpa, then I will do that much as far as everything is concerned with each one of them, and help you see how your siblings, family, friends, I'll ask all the intake, in other words, about your family before I even start. That's not because I need to know it, but I need to know names and I need to know how old they are so that I know who I'm talking about. Do I want their family life and history? No. Spirit guides will give me all of that. And so if I'm doing just from you back to, say, grandma and grandpa for your soul structure coding, then it'll take me 2 hours. And my fee for that is $200 an hour. So you can figure it out what it's going to cost. This is unique. As far as I know, the only people that I have trained to be able to do this are my Japanese students. And of course, most of them only speak Japanese. But there are a few who do speak very good English, and if they do offer their services, you can be assured that they will do it thoroughly. Now, if you're feeling that you can't afford that kind of long session, I want you to understand that we can do it in parts. It's very rarely that I actually do the whole soul structure coding in detail for someone. They're usually very old souls who can sit and take all that. Most of us who are everyday people usually like to know their archetype, their goal in life, their programming of their personality and character, a little bit about mom, and definitely their chief feature. And then from there, they want to know their purpose, why they're here. So here, the spirit guides give you actually the things you need to do. So I'm just going to give a little bit of an example. And you can see this is really me talking because I'm not channeling or letting any spirit guides in right now. But what I want you to understand is that whatever I'm doing with you is going to be recorded and you will listen to it many, many times. So here's an example of someone that came into my life a long time ago. And they've now passed on, so I can talk about them. This particular person was a very famous person, and the whole thing about their life had been contradictions all the time, and leadership in many different ways. I can tell you who I'm talking about, the Shah of Iran. Okay, when I sat with him and he asked me a very poignant question, he said, "Why has my kingship led me to this state?" Now, of course, he was a sick man and he had a bad heart and he was dying and he was going over to France. But what I was able to tell him was this: your vibration is, in a sense, emissions. In other words, spiritual, very ascended in consciousness. Such a lovely gentleman, so soft, so tender, so well educated. I was very impressed with his everyday self. And when I attuned to him, I saw that he was a very ancient spiritual being who had come into embodiment under the vibration of the same as me, a warrior. I'm a warrior. And warriors cut a pathway. They bring to people's consciousness new ideas, new, it can be anything. I mean, it doesn't have to be religious, but it's usually got a spiritual connotation within it. And the thing that he said to me was that he was very concerned not just about his family and people were trying to escape, which was terrible for them at the time, but also for the nation. He was very sad that he had not been able to bring a compromise to the table. And his last words to me in parting was that he said, I know my country is not done with toil, troubles, trials, and tribulations. He said, I pray that the people of Iran will come to understand that power is not in the leaders, but in the nation of individuals who love their country. I hope that they will, I can't remember his exact words, but congregate, I think, is a good word to use. They will come together and discuss what can be done to harmonize this nation and rebuild it. The reason I've chosen to talk to you today about this is because he was such a lovely man and I really liked him, and you could see how serious I was recalling him. And here we are again looking at Iran under Donald's influence, and I say categorically that we cannot, must not destroy the seeds that that man sowed. People were in rebellion at that time, but this is a new time. This is a time, once again, when we must all begin to realize that each of us has had a role or will have a role in the future in the rebuilding of this world. Now, whether it's your children or your grandchildren or your great-grandchildren that will come and do this, you need to do your part to understand yourself, your little bit of the, shall we say, the dress rehearsal of what is to come, your little bit of action is vital to that full, whatever you want to call it, play production that will happen on this planet. So having your soul structure coded, coming back to you, is about, you never know who you're going to meet now. You never know how you're going to express yourself when you talk to them. And so having your soul structure coding done explains your personality and character, and with it comes the spirit guide's advice on how to behave for yourself to give yourself the fullest meaning of your life. I've had people say it's like having in 2 hours 2 years of psychology and counseling. So if you want to try for just the 2 hours and have me work with you, please write to Professor, that's Prof, Margaret, Margaret, RBC, from my initials, my last name, Rogers Van Coops, @gmail.com. When I get your email, I will reply to you and arrange a time when we can talk on the phone, which is free, when I can take the intake of your hopes and dreams and your families and so on, members that you're concerned about, and integrate all that into your reading. If you are someone who's very needing to study this and want to learn, I will be teaching this on Zoom. We have a new website we're building, easypeasysolutions.com. I'm working with Janet, Kira, Lesson to get this going for now, so we're not ready. But if you keep in touch with us and let us know you're interested, it is up enough for you to go there and write in your name, your email, maybe a phone number, and what you're interested in, because we have a lot of topics. And my last little pitch here today is do go to some other YouTube videos and watch them on Dr. Margaret. And if you, sorry, I'm scratching my head, I've got a little itch because Spirit's saying to me, reminding me, that's my memory center. Also share with them my radio show, Journey into an Unknown World, The Way to Oneness Revisited on webtalkradio.net. There are over 140 or more shows that you can listen to for half an hour with me teaching you on different topics. And they're very helpful because, yes, yet again, I was channeling, only at this time I was channeling Master Chang or Cornelius Tacitus and a few others like Ramesses. There's so many guides I have that I just sit down and I just say the words that come. I don't need to be in trance anymore. We've long past that sort of situation. So this is just a little chatty thing. I'm saying that if you want a soul reading, you want a regular reading, you want counseling, you want to know your future, you want direction and purpose, you want a spiritual reading, like the soul structure reading, whatever it is you'd like, contact me at Professor, P-R-O-F, Margaret, RVC at gmail.com, and I'll get back to you. And yes, I do offer breaks on fees. If you talk to me about your situation, your circumstances, I can find a way to help you. I never turn anyone away. That's the point of being here, to help people. So blessings. Thank you for listening to this quick video. I'll be putting it up on YouTube and I'll be sharing it on Facebook. Bye for now.